talking game. Interesting, does not require any speaking. Tying a shoe, exercising, eating.
That's me.
Right? Not where. No. Observing your surroundings. Good. What do these all have in common? They're simple physical actions, right? Eating. Is that an achievable task on stage? That's something you can do if it said in a script that you had to eat? Did you figure out how to do that on stage? Absolutely. Okay, some of these. Showing emotion. Is that something that you necessarily know how to do to show some emotion?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if that's an active verb in the same way. I appreciate that it says showing, right? Showing is good, not just being, right? We've also got being mad over here, which, while I appreciate it, being mad, it would be interesting to see someone angry on stage, but being mad is not really something you can do, right? It's just something you either are or aren't. In fact, can people be mad sometimes without showing it?
Yeah. Yes.
Has anybody ever been mad and they've just acted like everything's fine?
Right now.
Yeah. So you guys have all had that experience. Justin, can you move just a little bit so the people behind you can be part of the conversation? Right, so we've experienced that. So being or feeling something on stage is not the same as doing something on stage. In your one act that you guys are writing right now, your short 1 to 2 page play, it's really important that you focus on these actions. Walking is something you can physically do. Dancing is something you can physically do. Stealing. Okay? There's a lot of things. Picking flowers. You cannot necessarily control your body. So those of you who wrote farting and burping up there, only if you can do that on command. Not everybody can, okay? So asking an actor to do that is a double-edged sword sometimes. Okay?
They all just started burping.
I got it, you guys. Please, can we focus back on the conversation now? Thank you. Placing an object on a table is something someone can physically do. So when you're writing these, make sure that the actions that you're asking are achievable tasks. Okay? Focus on the action, not on a state of being. Make sure something is happening on stage. It's not about feelings. Feelings will absolutely be involved. Did we get an idea of how Fisher felt in that play? Did we get an idea of how he felt? How do we think he felt?
Paranoid.
Paranoid?
Nervous.
Nervous? Anxious? Terrified? Hey, can we focus on the conversation, okay? So we get an idea of how Fisher felt. Anna, go ahead and wait outside. Thank you. We get an idea of how Fisher felt because of what he physically did, right? Because he took everything apart and threw it out the window. Not because it said he is anxious. Did it say he is anxious anywhere in the play?
No.
Did it say he is nervous?
No, he did eat something.
He ate something. He acted peculiar. He acted irrationally. He did weird things. He moved quickly, right? So we got this idea of who he is because of what he did. So in your plays, make sure that you're thinking about who these people are and how you can show it through their actions. Does that make sense? Great. Question time. I want questions. I want at least 3 good questions. And I want 3 terrible questions, too. Okay. Give me some questions about this assignment. Who has questions? Alma. Okay. I'll come back to you. Thomas.
Is there a minimum or maximum of people you have to have in?
Great question. At least 1 person. That's your minimum.
Yeah.
Maximum, I'd say 4 at the very most.
Okay.
Now, could you do more? Yes, but because we're going to perform it in this class, 4 is a good limit for this class.
Alright.
Great question. Caleb.
What if it involves like a pool?
Yeah.
It may be difficult to do here, but we might be able to get creative. Okay? If you want to share your idea with me after class, we can talk about it and see if it's feasible for the stage. Great. So it's not a no. Let's figure it out. Another question.
So, like, if we have a group of 4,
Yeah.
does that count as a group assignment, or we all do like an individual?
It's an individual assignment. Thank you for clarifying. You guys are all responsible as individuals to write your own 1 to 2 page play. Okay? Yay, more questions, my favorite.
Okay, so like with the whole like 4-person thing, does that apply to like if you had, well, this is kind of using loosely terms because I would classify this as like ensemble almost, so like somebody who doesn't like have any solo lines, just kind of like there.
I'm so sorry, man. I'm having trouble hearing you. You guys, I'd like to hear the question. Please repeat it.
So using the word ensemble loosely kind of, does the 4 characters apply to like 4 characters who have solo lines?
Well, but do they have any lines in this play? So don't worry about defining who's your ensemble and who's your lead in this. They're just all characters on stage, and however you need to mobilize them is fine. Does that help answer your question?
Sort of.
Do you want to follow up with me? We can talk more about it.
I kind of got it.
Okay, good.
Well, I was saying is like extra, is that what we're saying? Being
Yeah.
extra people like
Okay.
in the background, so like
Just like to kind of
so like so they're like at a store and people are just shopping in the background, like they didn't really have like a job.
Okay, focus on your principal characters that are doing things to tell the story. Does that help? Okay. More questions. Marion.
Okay, I know we're not supposed to be talking,
Right.
but can a noise happen?
A noise can happen. I'll come back. A noise can happen. And in fact, even a noise from a person, right? Fisher, I think, sighed at one point. Right? So there can be expression
No, like,
and audible expressions.
like,
Absolutely. Sound effects, totally fine. Yeah.
are you going to be the one deciding who is playing the parts in our?
So your next step, thank you very much, Ms. Hotel. When you guys bring in your next draft, we're going to randomly exchange it with somebody else in the class, and they're going to try to interpret your work. Much like before, when we did our other assignments, we passed them off to somebody else, and they tried to interpret them, right? Hold real quick. So on Tuesday, you need to have your first draft